I'm representing Amrita University here, and I'd like to say at the outset that we have multiple campuses at Amrita University, and so for us from the very beginning, distance teaching has been a necessity because we did not have good teachers and professors at all our campuses. So, in fact, we had very close collaboration with ISRO from the very beginning, and they put their satellite connectivity at all our campuses, at 4 campuses, so that even 5 years back, we connected all our campuses and started the process of distance education here. This was further supplemented by grants from Department of Science and Technology, and in particular by TIFAC. And we have been working with them not only to do distance teaching at Amrita, but to build tools and solutions for India as such, as part of these programs. So we are very happy to say that just a few days back, actually, Dr. Kalam inaugurated our Amrita software, and we are working that with MHRD also right now as part of the national mission. Dr. Kalam recently inaugurated our software called eView at Sona College in Salem. I'll briefly show you a photo of that if I have it. So, I hope, yeah, I'm not going to go on the net. I'm just going to keep this very brief. So, just want to show you that this photo is there of, came in the front line of Indian Express, that Dr. Kalam inaugurated our eView software at thing. The thing that I'd like to share with you, can everybody hear me without the mic? Yeah. Oh. Is it okay if I talk? So, what is interesting here is that what we are showing Dr. Kalam here is the 4 TVs here. You can see 4 displays. And I'll show that in a different photo also. So this is the same 4 displays that are being used. So as part of the software, eView, we are planning to provide this software as part of the national program, probably free to all educational institutions. And it's presently being used by, here, you see that it's presently being used by Bombay IIT actually. So this is a professor, Professor Natraj, who's teaching. So what we're trying to do here is to provide an immersive classroom. So just like I'm standing here and talking to all of you, I'm, let's say, the teacher. At the same time, I may have a display, right? At the same time, I may write something on the board. And then I may have some other things, like I may want to go to a website or something like that. So we are used, as students, we're used to seeing all this at the teacher's side. So we wanted to provide the same benefit to the student at the student side also. So that is what we have done in these 4 displays here. So you can see the teacher in one, right? You can see the PowerPoint in another display, or any document for that matter. Whatever the teacher writes on the board, in fact, in the exhibition here, the maximum things that we saw were whiteboards. You see so many of them. I think there's 10 of them. You can write on any whiteboard, and through a USB or wireless or whatever, that is transmitted simultaneously, instantly to the student side also. And there is another window for chat, questions. So the teacher here, Professor Kannan, for example, he is teaching just using a laptop. So, using his laptop, using a webcam, just talking into it, he's teaching, and that same material is being transmitted live in a studio-like setting to students, in different places in the country. So this system is presently being, as I said, deployed at Bombay IIT, and that's what this photograph here is. So, like I said earlier, we started with building software tools for the distance teaching many years ago, and the other program that we have at Amrita is called the Indo-US program, And as that, part of that, what we've been doing is we invite teachers from particularly the US, and they come and give talks over EduSat. So, they have been doing that for many years, and those lectures, as you know, go to about 40, 50 colleges all over the country. Now, as Madam pointed out earlier, all these lectures, including NPTEL, for example, they are available on YouTube also right now. So you can go to the YouTube site, and it's a YouTube/IIT, and you can see the NPTEL lectures there online. The video lectures are there. But the main problem, as she pointed earlier, is that of attitude. And I would also like to add, there's another issue that maybe we can discuss today, is that of certification. The lectures are being given free of cost from IITs to anyone who wants them. But fortunately, unfortunately, there's very few people who are actually attending these classes. So, we have to ask ourselves, we are providing the best materials free of cost to anybody who wants them. Why does not anybody want them? So that kind of a question we have to raise, in this setting. I think I asked our students at Amrita, why don't you attend these classes? And they say, oh sir, the syllabus is like, I already attend my own classes. Then what will I get out of attending these extra IIT classes? So only the 2-3% of people who are really motivated, really want to learn, really want to understand that subject, will attend that. Most people in our society, they are there for the certificate. So, we have to be, clear about that. They only want the certificate. And he says that will not, help me to get the certificate better or faster, I have to, whatever he's going to ask me in the test and the quiz, I already know. I will just go to the last 2-3 years of the exams and the quizzes, mug that up and deliver that the next day and forget about it. And the next goal then for them is to get a job. Or, that's how the cycle goes. I think one of the fundamental problems that we have, or we have developed in India, is almost like some kind of a disease, is that the original quest for knowledge is lacking to some extent. I find that at least in the West, people go and study, and whoever is there in the class is mostly sincere, because they didn't come there because their parents forced them to go there, so to say. They went there because they do what they feel like. So in that sense, the people are there because they want to be there, and they learn sincerely because, they came there themselves to learn, really. So that fundamental issue is something we need to deal with in India. How do we motivate people to learn for knowledge's sake? Knowledge for knowledge's sake. And that is very much needed, because otherwise it's just a question of using that as a tool to get further in life. So having said all that, I would like to, basically wind up. I would like to say the main points perhaps that we should address are attitude, infrastructure, certification, and the last thing I think I would like to leave you that, Einstein said imagination is more important than intelligence. And I think in this setting, that's what we need to think about. Thank you.